Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru, and welcome to another pickups video. Had the chance to do a little bit of game hunting yesterday. I didn't pick up a lot, but I did grab a few things here, so I thought I'd show those off to you. So first of all, those of you who watched my last video know that I grabbed a couple of inexpensive Wii U games at Walmart, and I grabbed another one yesterday as well, and that is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It was in the bargain bin and it's marked down because it's got some damage. There's a puncture hole here and a little bit of not a puncture, but certainly a dent here. The plastic is broken here in the corner, and then on the back there's also a puncture here. So if I see this game super cheap elsewhere, I may pick up another copy down the road just to upgrade and then sell this one, but I figured I might as well snag it at this price. I've heard this one's not the best, but I'll give it a try, see what it's like. I find it amusing that the price tag is upside down, just like Spider-Man on the front of the box, so that's kind of funny. So that was my lone Wii U pickup yesterday. I grabbed a small handful of Xbox 360 games at the pawn shop. So we have Frontline's Fuel of War by THQ. Don't know anything about it, never heard of it, so we'll see what this is like. I got Bioshock 2, and it seems I'm going backwards in terms of release order. I grabbed Bioshock Infinite, and now I have Bioshock 2, so now at some point I need to find the original Bioshock and pick that up so I can play the games in release order. I also grabbed Far Cry 3, which is supposed to be really good. I've grabbed some of the other Far Cry things over the past few months. I got one on the Wii, and I've got Far Cry 2, I believe on the Xbox 360, Far Cry Instincts, and then something for the original Xbox, and now Far Cry 3. I also grabbed Gears of War 1 and 2, both what looks like the original retail releases. I also have a Gears box that I picked up here a while back. I didn't have it in any of my videos because it's been well over a year, but I picked this up many months ago at Goodwill and thought that was pretty cool. But now I actually have the standard retail release of that. And at the game store that I like to hit, I did grab a few things. I got some more NES or Super NES dust covers, some more NES dust sleeves, picked up a couple NES games that I didn't have, finally grabbed Mighty Bomb Jack, looking forward to that. I enjoyed the original Bomb Jack arcade game, so should enjoy that as well. And this is one that for some reason I haven't picked it up, probably because I haven't seen it inexpensively enough, or always in horrible quality, or horrible shape, I should say. But this is TNC Surf Design, and I remember one of the kids on my block had this when I was young. He was a couple of years behind me in school, probably close to my brother's age, but he had this, and we used to play this a lot at his house. He absolutely loved this game. I never got really good at it, but I always kind of enjoyed the vibe and the look and feel of it. The surfing, I think, was the most fun part, and so that I will look forward to trying that out again after all these years. And I picked up some Atari 2600 stuff. Got a handful of cartridges. So one that I hadn't heard of is Bermuda Triangle. Haven't heard of that before. Now this one I have heard of, and actually my next door neighbor had this. This is Journey Escape, and I remember putting some time into that when we were kids. So cool to have that one. Love Journey. Also put time into this one and had fun with it. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think along with Riddle of the Sphinx, we put a lot of time into those two games. Here's another one that he had, and that is Night Driver, and I much prefer Enduro Racer, but this one is really fast-paced and pretty fun as well. I think Enduro Racer is just a more fleshed out, excuse me, a more fleshed out game than this. This is pretty basic, but still fun. And last but certainly not least, I finally have a copy of Pitfall. This one is not in fantastic shape, as you can see. It's pretty grungy looking, but it'll play, and that's the important part. And so I look forward to that. I haven't had an official copy of Pitfall ever. I've only ever just played other people's Pitfall games. And last but not least, they happen to have some 2600 paddles. So I finally have a set of paddles. The 2600 system I have, I've got the box over on the shelf to my left that you can't see, has is just the deck. I think they call it the Darth Vader. It's the later black plastic deck with sort of the plastic ribbing along the front, and that just came with a set of joysticks and a combat game, I believe, or no, maybe Pac-Man might have been the pack-in at that time, and that was it. And then, of course, your RF adapter. And so, glad to finally have a set of paddles. Of course, last time I did a video, I picked up Kaboom, and so this will allow me to play Kaboom and Night Driver, because I remember that takes paddles. And I know there's a couple of other games that I'm going to want to get, like Circus Atari and some of those that I remember playing as a kid. And so, glad to finally have a set of these that I can start utilizing. I'm still working on the game room, getting everything set up. You can't see it. I'll tilt the thing over here. That CRT right there has my ColecoVision hooked up to it currently, although it's it doesn't display very well because the RF is terrible. So I'm trying to come up with a solution for that. I think I might want to buy the a composite mod for it, and I'm thinking about doing the same thing for my 2600, although I don't know if I want to do that on that console or just buy one that's already modded. I'm still making that decision, but anyway, that TV is going to have both my ColecoVision and my 2600 hooked up to it, and so that'll be great to finally have the 2600 out of the basement again after it laying dormant down there for a few years, boxed up and unused. So looking forward to put some time into that. I also need to find my other 2600 loose cartridges. I've got on this shelf over here, I've got Berserk, Pac-Man, and Miss Pac-Man in the box, and then of course I've got the loose carts I just showed you and the ones from the previous video, but I can't find my other loose carts. You know, I know where all my other games are that I have, but for some reason that handful of loose 2600 carts has eluded me. And I've got a couple good ones, like the 2600 version of Donkey Kong, and I think I might have Space Invaders downstairs. So anyway, I'm hoping that I can find those, unearth those, and get those in my list of games that I own now, so I don't double up too much, and make it so that I have to, start getting a huge pile of trade stuff. So anyway, that's all I have to show you for today. Thanks for watching, and let me know what cool stuff you guys have picked up lately, or which of these games that I've picked up you think I should try first. The 2600 games I'm not going to be playing immediately because I haven't pulled the console out of the basement, but thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the Wii U. Does anybody out there have it, or have you played it, and what did you think? Because like I said, I've heard that it's not the best, or that it's kind of just mediocre. So I'm curious, and want to hear what you guys think. So let me know. In the meantime, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and game on.